read two pieces that are in a issue collection book from cc&d magazine. This is In the Moment. In the Moment. I'm trying to show it off so that everybody can see it. It's an issue collection book from January through April 2024 issues of cc&d. So I happen to get, Old Faithful going off. That seemed to be a good thing because it just happens like really quickly and whatever. And so from a performance art section, I've got two different poems. And there's a picture from it, but no matter. But this first one is titled Evaluation. I think it was written for one show and it didn't appear in the show. And so as a Beach Poets feature, I did a bunch of unread poems from other things, and this is what was read in there. And this is titled Evaluation. First, they took my car. Had to pick it up from the tow yard. That was $153. Then I got a lawyer. I found the cheapest one. He was $1,000 instead of $3. Brought my checkbook. May need it for the Secretary of State office to get a copy of my mandatory abstract form. Wondered how much that would cost me. But lucky me, the state only wanted $12 for it. Because just after that, I had an appointment for my formal evaluation. The lawyer said I needed this. I'm afraid of what I needed this for. What, to prove that I was sane? Or to prove that I'm not? Maybe that would lighten my sentence. When I set my evaluation appointment, they told me it would take 1.5 hours. And it only cost me $150. Joy. I love paying for crimes over and over. But so much for the evaluation. They asked a few questions and I filled out tons of forms. But first, I signed every form I could think of. I was so tense and nervous that I couldn't even sign my name. I kept stumbling that fountain pen on that paper, dragging and skipping letters. It's like I couldn't keep still. I got the verdict. Had to go back 4 more times for more evaluation. And for this privilege, I only have to pay $140 more. Welcome to the court systems or something from Illinois. And that's why it was probably an unread one, but that was read at a Beach Poets feature, and that was a little shot from that one. It's just a weird piece, especially when it was, I think that was a thing written in Illinois, and they'll just find a billion ways to be able to take money from you in every way possible, which I think was the point of that one. But this is a poem that is titled Vent. This was from a show that I did called Rap Sheet. And it's about like going and dealing with all this stuff. And when I did the whole show, you can't see it so well, but I'm sitting here with a thing showing how tall I am, like I'm going in for, being photographed for being in prison or whatever. This is one that I didn't read with you guys before, and I hope you'll get a kick out of it. And I say that this is a G to PG rated crowd, but we see our crowd, so I might swear in this. I'm not sure, but I try to be good about that normally. This is titled Vent, and it was from the show Rap Sheet. As a part of my bargaining before sentencing, I had to go through a group evaluation sessions. There's like a dozen of us here in the waiting to start, and we all are just sitting here. And we all just sit here and shut up and look around and wait. The walls' rooms are painted blue. Kind of like an institutional blue. But I don't even know what an institutional blue looks like. The walls make me think of like Pepto-Bismol, but not pink. It's like they're a Pepto-Bismol blue. On one wall, there's a motivational poster for opportunity. It says, if opportunity doesn't knock, build a wall. I'm building my walls. I'll scoop out the mortar, slather that grout so thick so that no one can hear the bricks, can move those bricks or hear me scream. Like this place is going to do me an ounce of good. I know I played my cards right when I was nice to the cops. But that one cop, the one who was bald on top of his head and had this completely hideous ring of hair circling around his head like ear warmers, I'd like to take a stainless steel spade and bash his fucking head in. But once he fell to the ground, I'd take an ice pick and I'd pop out one of his tiny little beating ugly eyes and spear his tongue so that ice pick, so that he could taste his own eye juice. But then I'd get that solid steel mallet and split that monk head open, and since his brain won't move, I'd get one of those gardening hand forks and I could drag each of his little brain bits apart as his blood coagulates while I scrape and sculpt, and I scrape it all into the shape of a middle finger. So I could say, "Fuck you, cop," in front of what's left of his oozing eyes, so that he could see how much of a despised man he is, and that he could see how I think, how his little brain, how his little piece of shit, and that's all that's left of him. But the funny thing is, he wasn't even the guy that arrested me. Oh, the session's about to start. That's where they're going to ask us all to tell the group about our crimes. I don't know why or how that will help us. But time to start the show. Turn that frown upside down and act like you want to be here, because it's just one more step till it's all over and you'll finally be free. It was a fascinating show to do. And there's a shot of me from doing Rap Sheet, a video still from me with my thing of like, yeah, I'm almost 6 feet tall or whatever, and trying to wear stuff to look like prison colors while it was in there for it. But that was the last one I'm going to share for you guys. I hope you got a kick out of it. And I'm looking at the time. It is 5:10. Do we want to do things for a poem each, or a couple of us read? Because I like the idea of Tom doing let's do one poem each kind of thing. I know I said I've got 3 tiny little ones, kind of like how John had a bunch of one-liners. I can pull something off like that. So if everybody's up for doing one, that's awesome. Double plus cool. If John F. Gullum, if you are ready, take it all away, my darling.